we back for another episode in this is Bullsh podcast. I'm your boy Ray here along with my boys.
I'm Dre.
It's your boy. New setup type beat. You know what it is. But nah, it's me. It's Charles. What's going down? How you doing?
How are you? We on that big boy status. We pushing P over here,
Pushing P.
Sorry, it's just we literally before it started, we was talking about pushing P all day, so I had to get that one out.
This is one of those things where like you finally learn what it is for the first time, and now you can't stop using it for every context that you can.
Exactly.
So,
but we're not here to waste y'all's time, so we'll go right into it. So, the first topic we got is the whole. Wait, was it controversial, or did we just like saying like what he said?
What are we talking about?
It got like quite a bit of people talking. Playback, I know, made a video on it.
Skip Bayless on what he said about like putting work over his relationship with his wife.
Yeah, that was kind of gay. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Really?
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Like, he was like, I put work on my, and that's cool if
Hold on. Now, before we get to our thoughts about it, let's actually hear what this man actually said. Now, I ain't played a video just in case of like copyright or whatever the case may be. I ain't trying to take a risk of that, but I did see the video again not too long before we started recording and basically typed down what this man said. Not basically everything word for word, but basically getting like the main ingredients. So
yeah, I watched
it before. Here we go. The video is up on YouTube right now if y'all want to see it for yourself, but for basically summarization, here we go. So he was talking about basically, I guess he brought up Brady's retirement. If y'all guys any insight of the sports world right now, you will know that, was it last week, that Brady has officially announced his retirement from the NFL after 22 seasons, 7 championships, and many other accolades. Without a doubt, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it, if not the best quarterback to ever do it. Hell of a career. Wish him well in his future endeavors. Now, with that being said, now we got into context. Here's what Skip Bayless basically had to say. So basically, he was going on, the reason I appreciate Tom Brady in the way that he operates on so many levels is from a family level and an age level. I chose in my 20s to not have children. I married my junior high sweetheart, and I knew she wanted kids. And as I got deeper into my career, I knew she couldn't have kids. I am obsessed with what I'm doing right now. It's my whole life, my calling. It's not a job. It's my passion, what I was born to do and what I will continue to do as long as my personal situation will allow it. After my first marriage ended, I got into a long-term relationship with another woman, and she just had to have children. I couldn't. I tried, but I can't. I have to move constantly to move up. If I continue to work weekends and nights the way I do, I will be a horrible father, as horrible as my father was for other reasons. And it won't be fair to put that on another child. I met my wife now, and on our first day, I told her, you will always be number 2 to my life, my passion, which is his job. And she had to take a step backwards and to think about it in the process. And she was just like, okay, cool. That was basically the gist of it. Like I said, if the clip of it is up on YouTube right now as we speak, if y'all want to see it and hear it for yourselves, but for the most part, that's basically what it's saying. Now, got that out of the way. Y'all guys' thoughts about it? I can start off, whatever.
Okay, I'll go ahead and start off with, Charles.
No, it's up to y'all. It doesn't matter to me.
Your audio is low. Maybe that's with the microphone.
Yeah, it might be. I'm still trying to figure it out, but we'll figure it out together. You
All
know.
right. For those who are listening, Charles got himself a new mic, so he's trying to test it out. He got to use it somewhat for school, or yeah, for his assignment or something like that. So, and I think, yeah, I was actually also just off the top bat. I was thinking about getting us microphones because I know some people still do complain that our volume is not loud, even though I turned it up. So
That's crazy. That's that's wild.
yeah, but okay,
Audio is just fine. It may be the quality, but
yeah.
whatever.
Hey man, it comes with the Wi-Fi, dog. That's all it is.
Or lack
Um,
of, if you're on my situation.
true.
Man,
Your shit was going off earlier.
you know what
Um,
though? You know what though? Let's get into the Skip Bayless thing. Honestly,
yeah, I was about to
because
talk about it. Um,
yeah, go ahead. You got first, dog.
so I see where he's coming from because again, like the scenario, like let's say he said hypothetically as a kid, like he said, he's not gonna be around enough because he's putting so much passion and work into his job that he won't be there around his child enough to like show love and support. So then that child's gonna be raised up kind of hating Skip Bayless for not ever spending time with him and is more going to get attached to his mom, which could lead to other things and stuff like that. So, or just, hatred towards his father in general, stuff like that. So I get what he's saying, but like, I guess in his profession, because, he is like working a lot, it makes sense, but I feel like he can also like still manage to make it equal, like the best way he can, not just like give up and say, no, you're just number two. Like, I'm just gonna have my job way higher than you. Because what if his wife needs things and he just like, nah, I ain't gonna do that because I gotta go to work, put in this money or whatever. And it could be like an actual thing she needs. I don't know. That's my opinion on that. I'll let you go, Charles.
All right. So like my biggest problem with this isn't like what he said per se. It's just okay. We all know that Skip Bayless, like in analysis and all the like other sports analysis around him, love their job, right? Very clear, very apparent that they all love their job. That's not in question. My question is like, what was the point? What was the point like of like saying this? Like, who did this affect? Like, was there did his wife say post me on Twitter or something like that? Or like, hey, did she come up to him and say, hey, babe, I noticed that your Instagram has more posts about LeBron than about me. Like, what's going on? Like, I feel like she didn't say that. Like, I feel like this was just an unnecessary thing to bring up for him.
Um,
And as
oh,
much as I want to talk about his job, right? Um, quick secret: no one asked. Not a single person asked this question. Who said, "Hey Skip, do you care more about your wife or your job?" Who asked that question? Huh? And then secondly, who puts their job above their wife? Like your job above your girlfriend, understandable. Your job above your friends, understandable. But above uh your job above um your wife, that's not okay. And he keep like I have so many questions.
I think he said that because like I know like I heard like it's his new show, so it's just him or whatever. Because he's not with the other person he was with. So I don't know, maybe he just felt like he needed that personal connection. But yeah, again, like it is just kind of random. Just hey, I'm gonna tell all my business out to the world. Like, what are we to gain from that specifically? Unless it was like the wife came out and said something against him, then I'd understand why he said it. But it was just like he just felt like saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue with it. He just kind of came out and said it, and no one asked for his opinion. No one said, "Hey, Skip, how do you feel about this?" Or "Hey, Skip, like, what's your opinion?" He just did it, and everyone was like, "Okay, thanks, Skip. Thanks for your opinion, man." That's cool. Like, come on, dog. Imagine being his wife right now. Like, not only like you might have already known you were second place to his job, right?
Now everybody knows.
Yeah, now the world knows that you're second place to his job. Like, I could not. If my wife said, "I'm sorry, I'm putting my job above you," I'd understand that in private. But the moment you put it on Twitter, it becomes a public opinion, and that's just not okay to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Your thoughts, Dre?
So I actually saw this clip like a week or so ago when it first came out. So I kind of like had a little bit more time to like think about it. I feel
Mhm.
like I'm pretty much the only person in the three of us that can somewhat be a bit more sympathetic towards what Skip was basically talking about. I guess this whole thing was basically him trying his best to relate to Tom Brady and talking about why he appreciates what Brady does and how he's been able to perform so well in football for 22 seasons, especially because everybody else knows that Brady is he's also a husband, he's also a father, and him to be able to raise a family to his best ability, whatever the case that looks like, and also be a multi-time Super Bowl champion is something that Skip Bayless also respects. So I guess that's kind of like where the correlation where he was trying to make as far as like being very good at your job as well as being a very good family man at the exact same time. So I guess that was the context of the whole situation. As far as like what he was saying, on one end, I get that in a sense of like compared to a lot of things, okay, compared to a lot of things that I hear about children being born and raised into circumstances that are not ideal for them, and they have no control over that because they did not ask to be born in those kind of conditions. This is honestly pretty much a breath of fresh air for me. Like I respect it. I respect it a lot more. I respect a person who can flat out be like, you know what, honestly, if I were to have a child literally tomorrow, I would not be a good father because of this and this and this. That kind of self awareness, I respect a whole lot more than people bringing up a child into non ideal living conditions or some kind of power dynamic for any winner. But yeah, so I definitely appreciate that. And I definitely get it as a sense of like, as a child, number one, when it comes to children, it's pretty much how I envision it. Now, I'm not a father, obviously, and none of us. I mean, I don't know about y'all guys' situation. I don't have no
Yeah.
kids, but
No.
I mean, look, hey, I don't know everything that be going on in San Antonio, so
Nah.
you might have a little RJ or CJ running around there somewhere.
You
No,
think I would
sir.
name my son
No,
RJ?
sir.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you want to name your kid. I'm just throwing names out there. But
Okay. All
how,
right. Continue.
how
I
I
get it.
understood it
Yeah.
is number one, the moment you bring a child into the world, your life is no longer about you if it wasn't already the moment that you brought your wife into this situation. Now you have multiple lives to consider when it comes to every little or big decision that you make from that point forward. Number one. And number two, you got to understand that that child is like a whole, like they're a whole person. That's a human being that you are bringing into the world. And for him to think first about the child's well-being, emotionally, psychologically, physically, financially, whatever the case may be, that's something that I definitely respect. And with that all being said, I agree with that, but at the same time, it also could be a possibility that, if anything, that child will make you want to bust your ass more because you have people that are leaning on you. You have people that are depending on you in any way, shape, or form, whether financially or emotionally or whatever the case may be. So, if anything, instead of thinking of that child hindering you or pulling you back or just basically holding you back from pursuing whatever your passion is, whether it's being a broadcaster or a sports analysis in Skip Bayless' situation, you can also look at it from, oh no, if anything, that child will light a fire under my ass like any other motive prior to this point.
I don't know. Like, I don't know, because I was just reading the other day about Denzel Washington being surprised that like his son John David Washington wanted to go in acting because apparently John David had first started off as a football player. He was a running back. So then Denzel Washington's like, oh, okay, like that's cool, whatever. But then when he found out that like he was going into acting, he was like, oh, okay, like I didn't see that coming. You know, I'm pretty sure Denzel Washington wasn't like, yeah, I can't have kids right now because I'm in my prime. You know, I'm up there. I'm a Oscar, you know, whatever winner, whatever. And if I have kids, that's gonna fuck me over from my acting because I'm gonna have to not take as many roles as I want to, or whatever. But I don't know. Like I see the perspective and I respect that he was aware enough to be like, hey, this probably isn't the best thing for me right now. I mean, because he never said like he never wanted kids. He just said,
Right.
as of right now, he just doesn't want it. But I guess he should also have said when he did meet those women in his life that I don't know if he did say it verbally, but I think he like needs to just state like, hey, I don't want kids like as of right now. So if you want kids right now, probably not gonna work because at that point he's just leading them on, which you know that's not good for anyone because that's hurting her feelings and he's gonna feel bad because he's got
See,
attached.
I think it does sound like that it will be somewhat a permanent thing. From the way he was talking, it sounds like one of those things where, like, in regards to his career, he's basically trying to ride it till the wheels fall off. And so unless there is some kind of situation where he just cannot do what he's doing no more, he's going to do this for as long as he wants to. And however long that takes, he decided, hey, because of how much time I'm putting into this, it's probably not ideal for me to have kids. And the thing is, kind of like, he doesn't even know how long that's going to be. It could be 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. I mean, it could last until next month. My point is, you will never know because like the future is always
Uncertain.
uncertain. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
does sound like that he's just gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, and women just they can't really handle that.
Yeah.
And I kind of understand that perspective also. That's a whole nother topic altogether. And for the sake of time, we're not gonna dive deep into that. But I don't know. My thing is just kind of like whatever decision he makes in regards to having children or not. I guess it's kind of like how I always look at it from things from that perspective. Just like make the decision that you want to make, whatever you feel like is best for you, you can go ahead and do that. But with that being said, if it does end up buying you, if it works out for you, great. And if it bites you on the ass, you have nobody to blame but yourself because that was a decision that you made. And Nobody forced you to make that decision. You did. So
He is 70 years old. So if he decides to have children,
how old is he?
yeah, 70.
A minute, 7?
7-0.
What?
Yes.
No,
So
wait.
I'm
Not
just
that far
saying.
from Joe Biden. God damn.
I'm just we just. But yeah, if he wants to make that decision, better make it up soon because that's kind of when health starts to decline right there.
Very
He
true,
was.
very
I
true.
mean, I knew he was like up there, but I didn't think he was that up there.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Because I mean, from like how he looks, I mean, I knew he was up there, but he didn't look like a 70. I mean, he's
I
in
don't
great
think
shape.
anybody
For,
knew he was really up there. Like we had an idea that he was like high, but like I thought he was
Nah.
like in 60s, maybe even late 50s. I never would have guessed,
Uppity.
I never would have guessed 70.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah. So is that all we got to say about Mr. Skip Bayless?
Yeah, go ahead and bring on the next topic, man.
All right. So I guess we can stay on the topic of sports. Speaking of sports, and I guess because he was relating to Tom Brady, we're gonna stick to the NFL. As you guys know, we're recording this around the week of Super Bowl 56.
Can I
Ladies and gentlemen, it is made official. The matchup: Cincinnati Bengals, Los Angeles Rams.
can I just say, right? If you look back when the playoffs very first started, I don't remember which podcast it was, but I think we talked about it in an earlier podcast. The Super Bowl happened the exact way I told y'all it would. I called Bengals Rams from the jump, and no one believed me because they didn't believe in Joe Shiesty. But now that we're here, I just want to say to all the haters that called me crazy for Joe Shiesty making it, look at your team at home, riding the couch just like you are. Do you think Patrick Mahomes enjoying those chips and dip on his couch with Jackson Mahomes? Yeah. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady, Josh Allen, couch. That's all. Oh, wait. Da. My bad. Last one. Special shout out to them boys for every single time they thought they said, "This is our year." 7 rings. My bad. 6 rings. Yeah. Let's talk about that, my guys. How did both the Bengals and the Chiefs both score touchdowns in less time than that QB run? I just like, man, all the people that told me, nah, we're looking at a Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl again. Or, nah, man, the Niners are going all the way. Look at Debo. Man, all I can say is I told y'all Matthew Stafford was great, and no one believed me. I told y'all Joe Shiesty came to, prove himself, and no one believed me. Now look at you.
No, we got on you because you were disrespecting that man Cooper Kupp.
Exactly.
And put some respect on that man's name for them two crucial catches in the divisional round against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Now he did have those catches,
Cooper
right?
Kupp.
And he's number 1 in every category right now for receivers.
Yes, but who threw him the ball?
I know, but you were just the way you had said it was all Matthew Stafford. You didn't say anybody else on his team. It
was Stafford. Because bro, look, the two most prolific passing receiving seasons. Who was the quarterback for both of them?
We know.
There's only one common denominator between both of them.
I know.
That's all I'm trying to say.
But no, let me say this: is Matthew Stafford catching passes in the end zone? No.
but he's throwing them dots to the end zone.
But is he pulling a where Cooper Cup throws to him and he catches in the end zone like the Philly special? No.
all
So
I'm saying
still put some
is that man is
respect.
putting it on a dime.
I know he is. I'm just saying, still put some respect on Cooper Cup. That's all it adds. Because if they become Super Bowl
Look, all we're
champs,
gonna say is, let's be honest, both of them are the reason why they ended up being the Bucks. They technically choked that game. Let's be real here. The Bucks defense just choked in like what was
I wouldn't
it?
even say the
15
Bucks defense
seconds?
choked. I think the Rams defense choked.
really,
And to be honest with you, the Rams defense choked, but the offense bailed them out. Because there was no way at halftime the Bucks should. There's no way with the halftime score being what it was that the Bucks should have come back. The game ended or what?
So,
A three
okay,
point.
did the
3-point
Rams
winner?
defense cause 4 turnovers, 4 fumbles?
Absolutely not. But did they?
3
They
fumbles
did
and a pick somewhere
nothing to
around
stop
there. It was
Brady.
4 turnovers.
yeah.
I'm just saying they did nothing to stop Brady in that second half. Brady got whatever he wanted with Mike Evans. I don't think Chris Godwin was playing.
No.
Oh, Chris Godwin's been out for the season. He tore his ACL or something like that.
Yeah, so quite literally, it was Mike Evans and Scotty Miller with some no-name receiver at the slot and Gronk at tight end. Like, essentially, they were forced to run double tight end sets just to get passes off with Cameron Brate and Gronkowski.
Well,
So
I mean,
I
they are
fully
the two
believe
main tight
as
ends.
much as the Rams defense was trying to lose, I think the Rams, I mean, my bad. The Rams offense was like making mistakes. I think the Rams defense is more to blame since they couldn't get a stop in the second half. That being said, it doesn't matter now. They're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Like,
So is Joe Shiesty, who has won every single game.
No. Hold on. I'm all for the Joe Birch praise around here, but let's put some respect to my man Evan.
Can I just say I don't even know the name he was gonna say.
I don't either.
Oh wait, no, I do know the name he was gonna say. Evan
What name did you
McPoppy-Fearson.
thought I was gonna say?
No, can you repeat what you're gonna say, Dre?
That man was about to say Evan McPoppy-Fearson.
McPushin P. Fearson. There
Exactly.
you go.
Oh Lord. Okay.
You thought Justin Tucker was the best kicker in the league? Nah. Make way for McPoppy-Fearson.
Hey, that was a clutch field goal. I'm just saying. And what, he's a rookie too? I've heard. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but for a rookie doing that, yeah, you got some clutch in you.
I was about to
I
say,
thought
forget
Rodrigo
Mick
Blankenship
Fearson.
was good this year. Justin Tucker is amazing as always, but then Evan McPherson said it's playoff Fearson time.
You push that nigga to the side, said it's my time to shine, little nigga.
But speaking of the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl is going to come down to two things and two things alone. Since the topic was the Super Bowl, so let's see here. The game is going to be close. I refuse to believe that this is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, it has to be because it's pretty much Bengals offense versus, well, yeah, also I guess Rams offense as well.
So it's gonna come down to this, right? It's gonna come down to this. It's gonna come down to one corners because is there any corner on the Bengals roster that can stop Cooper Cup? And if you have a corner to stop Cooper Cup, do you have a corner to match up on the other side against Odell?
I'm about to say you also need somebody that can match up with Odell.
Yeah,
exactly. Not to mention, Tyler Higbee is not, or actually no, he's probable to play. He's probable to play. If he plays, then someone has to stop him and a linebacker is gonna have to contain him in the middle. But
So it might come down to Van Jefferson.
it might.
No, Scooby Doo, Van Jefferson.
But here's what it's really going to come down to. It's going to come down to 4 different players, right? It's going to come down to player number 1, Von Miller.
Yeah.
Because Von Miller, I'm not going to lie to y'all. As of late, that man has been absolutely silent in the playoffs. Player number 2, Aaron Donald. How many corners is my bad. How many linemen is it gonna take to stop Aaron Donald?
You gonna have to put the whole O line on him.
And then 3, Joe Burrow. Is he gonna do the same thing he did against Tennessee? Just take the hits and keep rolling, or is he like what's he gonna do?
I mean, he was getting away from the pressure against the Chiefs, but I mean, this is the Rams defense. They're not just gonna let him run away like that. So
that man took 9 sacks in that game against Tennessee?
9 sacks, most in a playoff game, I believe.
They better. His O line definitely has to step up for sure, because he can't be getting hit like that by Aaron Donald and there.
Even if his O line doesn't step up, the key matchup for the Bengals offense is going to be Jamar Chase versus Jalen. That's he said he wanted to do that almost all game. He wanted to shadow Jamar.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, you still gotta get somebody on T. Higgins.
Tyler Boyd is not, just something to laugh at.
He was killing them with that slant route
during
the conference championship game.
I feel like we forget a lot about Joe Mixon, because if he has a great, if his run game is set up, he won't. If his run game is set up, he will not be a liability.
They're probably gonna try and use Aaron Donald then to shut him down whenever they run.
That being said, I don't know. If they set up the run game, I think Joe Mixon is gonna have a very great game.
I feel like it could be potentially a defensive game.
Oh no,
because both defenses are pretty solid. That Bengals defense is one of the key reasons why they made it this far. If we can keep it real, don't get me wrong, the offense is pretty solid, but that defense.
I think either way, honestly, next year, if the Bengals get a good offensive line, there's a high chance they go back.
We'll see. Just Joe Burrow got to keep pulling up numbers like how he was doing.
Also, did you hear what he said he'd tell players it's in high school and college?
No.
He said he was basically telling them never post a video about yourself working out.
I mean, oh yeah, you said something about the progress, they'll be surprised or something.
Yeah, he basically said he basically told them, he was like, hey, don't work out once every 4 days and then post a video on it on your IG. Just work out in silence. Essentially, you just say grind in silence.
Nothing wrong with that. They won't see what's coming.
But I don't know, man.
But yeah,
it's most likely going to be a defensive game. If it is a defensive game.
Well, I guess the main question and what we're supposed to ask is, who do we think is going to pull off the win?
Honestly, I can see it going both ways.
No, I can. I would love for it to be like the divisional games. Just high scoring back-to-back offense. But if it turns to defensive, I wouldn't mind it either.
Yeah.
Also, if Eli Apple wins the Super Bowl, Saints fans are gonna be livid.
Wait. What team is he's on the
He's on the Bengals.
Oh yeah. I mean, so what also that fuck AJ Green too. I know he'll be mad too.
AJ Green would be livid too because he left for Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray about to leave for baseball.
Well, I've heard there's been speculation. I doubt it, but I've heard speculation that he might go to Tampa because him and
It's crazy though when you really think about it. Wait, there's speculation that he's gonna go to Tampa.
yeah, because him and Mike Evans, they got history. They used to be on the same
Oh,
team.
yeah, I forgot Kyler sent with A&M at one point.
Because like Mike Evans that posted the Pro Bowl, he was like, "Oh, like thanks for passing it up to me." He was like, "Oh, like we Texas brothers got to stick together," something like that. I don't remember exactly the quote, but something like that.
Could you imagine both of these teams with prime AJ Green and prime Todd Gurley?
Since he's wiping, if that happens, if that were to happen, since he's wiping,
This swiping. You think so?
I'm sorry, dog. Prime AJ Green could not be stopped. There was no corner. There was no corner in the league holding prime AJ Green. The only person close was Darrell Revis, and maybe Ed Reed if Ed Reed had the right coverage. Otherwise, they lined up AJ Green like basically against the number 1 or 2 corner, and AJ Green cooked
Every time.
with
Them corners be like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Now, let's not forget, this was also with Carson Palmer and Andy Dalton throwing the ball.
Yeah,
So
that
he
man
had
drove
pretty much
precise.
he had white bums throwing him the ball.
True.
Now
I
you got
mean,
Joe
Andy
Shiesty.
Dalton's always been a bum to me at least.
He had one good year, like a decent year.
Yeah. Nothing to be excited about. But yeah, I wouldn't mind either team winning just because, I don't want to see Brady or I mean, I'd like to see Mahomes win another ring, but like earning it, not like blowing out the team.
Wait, who?
I said I'd like to see Mahomes like win another ring, but he's got to like earn it, not like just blow out the team.
The only team that I would not mind seeing the Chiefs play is the Rams.
No, yeah. Anyone else I don't want to see, but them I wouldn't mind. I also I feel like we just don't give enough credit to Andy Dalton or not Andy Dalton. Like this is a moment for what's it called? No matter how we face it, this is a moment for Matthew Stafford.
Of course.
All those years in Detroit paid off finally.
This first year, like coming here to the Rams, like
Now, granted, right? Jared Goff didn't have the defense that Matthew Stafford has. And by that, I mean Von Miller.
Yeah, but Jared
He didn't
Goff
have
was a
Jalen
liability.
Well, didn't he had it for like 1 or 2 seasons? And by the time
he had Jalen for
Jared Goff was not.
He had Jalen for 2 seasons. Like literally, like, I think it was like post Super Bowl his Super Bowl season, and then they got Jalen. And
by then, Jared Goff was not up to par at that point.
And I mean, I guess you could say Cooper Kupp wasn't fully developed.
Oh yeah, that man definitely stepped up in a big way.
See, you can say you can make the statement, oh well, Cooper Kupp was still developing with Jared Goff. That's why he wasn't as good. But for them to grab Matthew Stafford and Von Miller, and in their first seasons on the team, they just straight they come in here and this is what they do.
Go to the
It's
Super Bowl.
quite, I don't know, man. It's quite telling towards Jared Goff. At least that's my opinion.
And then eventually Odo.
Oh yeah, he's been a prime factor on the team too. Not like as huge, but like still.
Ever said who we got for the Super Bowl? I mean, we talked
I
about the
think
matchup. So,
I think we all agreed we wouldn't mind either team winning.
yeah.
Now, if I had to pick one, I'm picking the.
Now, here's one thing that we also have to consider now before we get to that. This game is in LA.
Oh,
It's very true. So it's technically a home game.
Basically, now the Rams are the
Technically.
second team in NFL history to play a Super Bowl in their home turf. Tampa did it last year. That definitely plays a factor.
That does play a
Yeah.
factor. I don't think it'll make that big a difference.
yeah.
And I think the only reason is because the Super Bowl crowd has always been diverse. It's not just those two teams fans. I think it's gonna be. I don't know. I think it's gonna be loud regardless. I think weather conditions is the only like real factor.
How many Bengals
Most
fans are going to be? Have you seen the prices for those tickets?
Do you think anyone from Cincy
They
is gonna be at
crazy.
that game? I feel like there's gonna be a whole lot of bandwagon Cincy fans at the game.
Pretty much. It's not going to be anybody actually from Cincinnati.
Most
Some
likely
people
not.
might make the trip. Some people might make the trip.
Some, but not a lot.
Oh no, definitely not a lot.
Who knows?
Now, all I can do as somewhat of a Bills fan is look at this whole situation and be like, damn. I got one in. I'm happy for Joe, but at the same time, I'm a bit salty because this is all the Bills defense had to do was actually step up and actually fucking play defense.
Yeah.
Because you saw a perfect example of what happens in overtime when you actually play defense. The Bengals, they got a pick off of Patrick Mahomes. They
not only did they get that, not only
And they
did they get a
covered
pick,
Tyreek.
not only did they get a pick, Tyreek was inactive for almost all of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And when he was active, it was literally nothing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Insignificant. And then
wasn't Travis also somewhat covered too?
No. Travis was not covered. But they let Travis get those like tiny yardage.
Yeah.
He was really running short
like
routes,
slant routes or whatever.
Him afterwards. But in the very first OT drive, like greatest defense I've ever seen played against the Chiefs, because they pressured Mahomes. Not only did they pressure Mahomes, they also got they had like 2 opportunities at a pick before they actually got a pick. And then like it was really just in game from right there.
They pretty much forced Patrick to make horrible decisions.
Yeah, because I mean he fumbled at the fucking like near the goal line. Like,
and I'm almost willing to say, right? That was Patrick Mahomes' very first game. That was Patrick Mahomes' very first game in the playoff game feeling pressured.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say that was the very first time Patrick Mahomes went into OT in the playoffs and said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. Like niggas is cooking me.
Thanks.
Did you not watch last year's Super Bowl?
Well, okay.
No, like he don't mean Super Bowl. He means like on the way to.
I'm at the road.
Oh, okay. I mean, then it technically counts.
I mean, technically, yeah, but I didn't count it.
Okay.
Like, I feel like they really went into that game and studied the Bucks defense for that game. Because it's not like the Chiefs changed much.
Yeah.
Like they're really running the same like style.
Pretty much.
My point though was that not referring to the Bills, what did they have to do? For all these Bills fans and other NFL fans talking about like, oh, they should change your overtime rules so that both teams have a chance. No, any other normal situation, I agree. But in this situation, no. Because this does not change the fact that the Bills defense failed to do their job in the second half. What I hear is that the first half, they were actually doing pretty well as far as defense. And then the second time, they just abandoned their defensive plan. And then it pretty much went
downhill,
lopsided from there. And then you gave up a field goal in 13 seconds. You let Patrick Mahomes cook y'all down the field in 13 seconds. No, fuck you. You don't get another chance in the overtime just because you failed to do your job. So, no. How about you actually step up and actually play defense like the Bengals did, and then you'll probably be playing in the Super Bowl. And this is coming from somebody who was a Bills fan. I'm just like, no, like you don't. Plus, this is probably one of the last few rules when we really think about it that actually benefits the defense in the NFL. Because let's be honest, the NFL is becoming a largely offensive favored sport.
Yeah.
Especially in this generation at this point in time. A lot of these calls and a lot of these penalties highly favor offense. Defense, if you do it correctly, well, overtime rules, if done correctly by the defense, is probably one of the last few aspects of the NFL that favors the defense.
Oh, no,
if
definitely.
you play defense. So
most of the time is not being played. So
all I gotta say is overtime rules. Oh, I agree with Dre at this one. Like overtime rules are really beneficial for the defense if they actually choose to play. Like if teams just don't decide not to play, like it's really just I don't know how to describe it. Like it's so much easier for them, like the defense to cook if they choose to show up. If they don't show up, then it's weird to describe. Like I fully believe that this overtime rule has, if it gets changed, right? Teams will stop adopting like a defense first mentality when it comes to overtime. Because if you, I don't know, if you just stop, we'll let them score. We'll just score back and get the 2-point conversion.
nope.
Like I feel like if you change the rules, that's what it turns into. Oh, they scored. Now I get a chance to score. Well, let's just keep running up the score till it gets to like the 70s.
Let's be honest. If it's like a Sunday night game, ain't nobody trying to stay until like 11, 12 o'clock, whoever the case may be, seeing this score running up when you got people.
Traffic's going to be a bitch at that time.
Hella traffic, turn around. You got people who probably got work the very next morning or got to drop their kids off to school or wherever the case may be. Ain't nobody trying to stay in that stadium for that long. You can get away with that in college because like it's a Saturday night or a Friday night, whatever the case may be. It's a weekend. They don't got nothing to do the very next morning. So you can get away with something like that. Plus, it's college students. Ain't no college student going to bed hella early on a Saturday night. Let's be real here. I mean, some do, but a lot of them don't. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
They're probably out partying or whatever, doing some shit. I don't know. This depends on whatever kind of college student you are. I don't know. So my point is you can get away with that in college because different set of circumstances. Where as far as like the NFL goes, you can't get away with that because the games are either played on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. Well, either way, it's all have games or whatever the case may be. Your fans, the people that are in attendance, got shit to do more than likely the very next morning. That's something they have to take into consideration if they want to adapt these new overtime rules similar to college football, especially when it comes to like those night games. particularly.
Definitely right about that.
I don't know. I don't think the rules need to be changed. I think that defenses just got to get better. That's all it is.
Yeah, because
Like people need
they're
to.
just running for fun at this point. Because there's just no point if they're not doing their actual job. Like, why get signed if you're just gonna run back and forth on the field and hold on to someone, cause like shit for your team? Most of the time, it's always defensive mistakes of why the offense scores, because it's always
All I want to know.
holding or pass interference, all that shit.
Or it's either the offense like just runs the same play. Perfect example. I think there was one play. It was before the whole like. I'm pretty sure y'all saw the clip where like Patrick Mahomes was yelling at Travis, "Oh, do it, Travis, do it," or whatever the case may be. It wasn't that play, but it was a different play to where Travis Kelce was like he moved into motion into like a bunch set. And then he basically run, I think it was like an out route, whatever the case may be. And this dude was wide open. I was like, bruh, I even saw that. How did the Bills defense not see Travis Kelce going into coverage and see what the fuck was going on?
Oh, and it's the best because they'll run that play 3 or 4 times, and the only thing that'll change is Travis Kelce's route. So he'll do that motion into a bunch set, and then sometimes it'll be a wheel, sometimes it'll be a cross, sometimes it'll be an out route. But essentially, it's all the same play, and they're just waiting for Travis Kelce to get wide.
Yeah, because at that point, he's a fucking threat because he keeps doing the same shit. Yeah, I just think they're like not actually focused on who they're guarding. It's like, no, we'll just focus on if they go deep.
Well, yeah, because that's what was working in the beginning of the year. To be honest, all they had to do was cover deep and make sure Tyreek wasn't single guarded. If Tyreek wasn't in single coverage, the Chiefs struggled. Like literally, you put a corner and a safety on Tyreek, then you put a corner and a linebacker on Travis Kelce, and then that's how Patrick Mahomes gets sacked or has to run the ball himself.
Yeah, Hardman and anybody else ain't gonna really be open like that.
Well, McCole Hardman and Byron Pringle were not stepping up, literally until they were breaking 500 in the bottom of the division. That's when they're like, "Oh snap! Maybe it's time to look at other receivers. Maybe Tyreek is not the only receiver on the field at all times."
Like, it's our time. Start pushing Pete. You know what I'm saying?
All I know is I'll
no pushing Pete with that Bills defense.
I know it.
All I know is Commanders are taking the division next year. The NFC South is going to be an absolute garbage. It's going to be
No. That's our third topic. Forget the old high hop situation. Third topic, and I just thought of this. Thank you, Charles, because I just want to get your thoughts on this. The new Washington team has been official. The Washington Commanders.
Gay ass name. I mean, again, I know, like you said, Charles, like they had like top 4 or whatever, but like, okay, do you know the other 3?
Yeah,
that they came down to?
They're like Red Wolves, Red Tails. I know that was one of them.
So so the top 2, right? At the end of it, like towards the middle of January, the top 2 were the Commanders or the Armada. That was the top 2.
Washington Armada.
Exactly. Like, no.
What? How did that even make it in the top 2?
I don't know, man. But here's what the final 4 were, right? The final four, or let me take the final eight. The final eight were the Armada, the Brigade, Presidents, Red Hogs, Red Wolves, Defenders, or keep the football team.
I mean, at that point, Washington football team sounded kind of nice. I ain't gonna.
But that was the final eight. Of that eight, the final three ended up being the Armada, the Red Hogs, and the Commanders.
Washington Red Hogs.
Yeah, nah.
So out of the final three, which name would y'all have chosen?
I mean, I would go with the Commanders, but if possible, I'd probably just keep football team just because it's funny. Just the Washington football team has scored like.
Yeah, no.
But no, I think.
Out of the final three, like they really picked the best option.
Yeah. Okay, now that I know the other names, because I was like, this shit just sound gay as hell.
No.
I don't know why people were literally talking as if Red Wolves was like one of the finalists.
No, Red Wolves got discontent. Like Red Wolves made the top 8, but that was it.
Washington
Like, it was.
Red Wolves.
Don't get me wrong. I was one of those people that were like, the Red Wolves doesn't sound that bad, but I would have personally preferred like Defenders.
Washington Defenders.
No, I would have preferred them just DC Defenders.
Oh, okay.
Or even DC Commanders. But nah, they decided we have to keep Washington in the title for whatever reason.
Probably by like not a lot, but something they wrote down when they created the NFL. Like, oh, we can't change like the actual name of the place.
What I heard is that they could have gone with Red Wolves if they bought copyright for it.
Yeah,
because my thing is just kind of like, it's not even the fact that the name is generic, because let's be real here, a lot of the teams of the names in the NFL are generic. The Bears, the Lions, what else is there? Eagles, Falcons,
Panthers,
Ravens,
Giants.
Texans.
I can guarantee you there's at least one high school in America that has every single one of the names in the NFL. Like, it's not really that.
Exactly. Now,
like, they're very simple.
Now, I have a question for y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are hating on the Washington Commanders, right? Explain to me what a Packer is.
They pack shit.
Explain to me what a Green Bay Packer is.
That's why they just start calling them the cheeseheads, because at that point, yeah, I don't really know what a Packer is.
I was about to say, I only ever see like the block of cheese on their head.
Exactly. Now, no. I'll do you one better. Tell me what a brown is and why their main color is orange.
I don't know.
Tell me what because it sounds like poo, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's literal shit.
I'm taking
Cleveland poos.
Like, you can really say, man, I'm about to go take a Cleveland Brown over there. It's like, oh, word, you taking him to the Super Bowl? Nah.
Maybe they was just actually just copying like Cleveland from Family Guy. I don't fucking know.
Like, dog, like, don't get me wrong. There's some generic team names in this, on this, what's it called? In this league. And a lot of them make sense. Jets make sense. Dolphins make sense. Colts. Broncos, Falcons, Cardinals, Patriots, Chiefs, Vikings. Also, how did Washington get flagged for Redskins, but Kansas didn't get flagged for Chiefs? at Arrowhead Stadium?
Oh,
Um,
49ers, when you really like look at the context, like if you're like a big history head, that's definitely like
a good
it
name.
definitely fits.
But there's one team. There's three teams in the NFL that I can never get behind their team, their mascot, their logo, and their color.
The Hilltoppers.
the college team.
If you want to get the reference, you have to go to the last episode. um. Oh, I remember what I was talking about now, man. The Hill Choppers thing just kind of like threw me off guard.
Yeah, it's all
There
great.
were 3 teams in the NFL that like you just cannot get behind.
Yes, there are 3 teams in the NFL I just can't get behind without with their name or anything. Number 1 or 2 of these teams I've already listed out, so y'all should know them. 1, and the team I will never stand behind, no matter how many times someone explains to me what it is. The Green Bay Packers. 2. Actually, let me explain. Green Bay Packers. No one in this group right now knows what a Packer is. All we know is their name is the Green Bay Packers. I've never seen the Green Bay Packers mascot, and all of their fans are called cheeseheads. Now I'll move on to the second team.
I guess because they're gonna send your ass packing when they whoop your ass. I don't know.
That's crazy because
That's
Aaron
probably-
Rodgers has sent them packing every year after the conference championship.
I mean that not true this year. It was after the divisional round.
Oh wow, my bad. They didn't even get to the conference championship. They had already packed.
Oh.
Dang. Team number 2, the Browns. Name is Cleveland Browns. Their primary color is orange, though. And their mascots are the dogs, with their stadium being the Dog Pound. So everybody just in jail when they walk in there. You a Cleveland, like you, the Dog Pound is not. The Dog Pound is not supposed to be a good spot, dog. You know how many times dudes are talking about, man, my girl got me in the doghouse today. And you willingly said that's my stadium name. You willingly said that's my stadium name. We gonna call this the doghouse. This the Dog Pound. You just in jail, bro. And since when did a brown become a dog? What kind of dog is a brown? Is it just a brown dog?
I don't know, nigga.
Like
I don't know.
these are questions no one's asking about these team names, dog. Like
What's
it's
the third? What is the third, bro?
what?
What's the third team? Because you said 3 teams.
The third team. I get I get the logo. I get the name. I guess I understand the mascot. I just come on, bro. You ain't had no better options. It's in the South, the dirty South. We talk about that in Nolans.
About
Oh,
the Saints.
We know everybody knows what a Saint is, but is that really a mascot for football? Like we
What you saying? They're
unless
not the New Orleans Angels. I don't know.
unless I'm wrong about the New Orleans Saints, and I don't know what their mascot is. I could be. I'm not a New Orleans fan. Their colors are gold and black. Their mascot is a saint, and their logo is that little shapy thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm not gonna lie.
kind of looks like a cross plus like a couple other variations of it.
I could not tell you.
Hold on. I'm logo.
Let's see here.
It's the modern black fleur de lis?
Something French.
Something.
Something French.
I haven't said cross. It don't even look close. That's my fault. Well,
No way.
What?
I'll give you $1 right now if you can guess
Okay.
what the Saints mascot is.
The logo is a fleur de lis. It's a French word that means lily flower in English.
I will give you $1 right now if you could tell me the Saints mascot and his name without looking it up.
I have no idea.
Random guess, and I'm pretty sure you can guess it.
Buster, I don't know.
Saint the dog.
Is it Saint?
It's not Saint, but it is a dog.
I was about to be like Little Saint.
That man's name is Gumbo. It is
Gumbo?
Gumbo the
They
dog.
do love eating gumbo. But that
is-
sounds corny.
That is Gumbo the dog. Come on, man.
Oh, Gumbo.
Gumbo.
Lil
I thought
O
you-
gumbo. Like
I think you meant Dumbo, like the elephant.
No. Gumbo, like the soup. Oh, wow. I didn't expect it to be Gumbo.
whole sir theme is basically New Orleans theme, like all around.
Yeah.
yeah. I guess that's
Sir.
what you gotta do when you have a fucking shit like that. I don't know.
Oh snap, my bad. They have two mascots. They have Gumbo, the dog.
Mhm.
Then they have Sir Saint.
I called you said Lil Saint, I said Saint the dog, but
They have Sir
I was
Saint.
about to say, I thought for sure they had like a human-like mascot.
Yeah, it's a human-like mascot with the old school helmet. And
Big ass jaw.
yeah, like he has like a butt chin, but it's like Kim Kardashian kind of butt chin. Is way too big. Like it don't need to be that big. I'm looking at all the mascots now. I can't lie to you. Some of them are good. Some of them are really bad.
Healy McBean.
you said what?
Healy
Healy McBean.
Huey McMean?
Steely McBeam.
That's the mascot for the Steelers.
Hey man, that's almost as bad as Bolt, man. Don't forget about Bolt, man. That's a guy he's in the crowd when no one else is, dog.
These teams were created like long ago, so they just came up with whatever they thought was cool.
What the hell? So I found one of the Browns mascots. Apparently, Brownie the elf.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Chomps.
Brownie the elf. What does that have? We still don't even know what the Browns are. So apparently there's a brown elf out there. So they can't be like, we're not racist because we got brown elves on our team.
Why you gotta be an elf? That's my question.
I don't either.
Are the Bills mascots still Billy Buffalo?
What it look like, yeah. I mean, we got Sir Purr.
Sir Purr is the top 10 mascot. I don't care what anyone else says.
Yeah.
You said what?
Sir Purr is a top 10 mascot.
Sir Purr, what?
He's the Carolina Panthers mascot. Jackson DeVille, Also a top 10 mascot.
Okay, they were trying with this Victor
Why
the
does he look like
Viking.
my mascot from my high school?
He might be.
I just like he actually looks like a Panther. That's the only thing. Like ours is like kind of whack.
Nah. If you look at Rampage, very low effort name, by the way. Rampage.
Oh, we also got Pat Patriot.
That's true. Pat the Patriot. Hey man, at least the Buccaneers tried. Captain Fear.
Captain Fear.
Captain
That's
Fear.
not bad.
He tried.
Hmm.
You see the Lions,
Chompy. I'm not Chompy.
Rory.
That's why they not successful. They got a dumbass mascot name. That's why.
Wait, what? Have you seen T-Rack though?
T-Rack?
T-Rack.
From what team?
He's on the Titans. T-Rack is on the Titans.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm just
What the fuck? What is he?
Wait.
Bro, you look like those doggy trees.
Wait, who?
T-Rack? Bro,
T-Rack.
just look at his face, bro. He looks like a fucking doggy tree.
I look like a black raccoon.
T-Rack? Have you looked him up?
Yes.
That's a Nigcoon, dog.
That's a nigga. That's a nigga. A nigga raccoon.
Oh,
my god.
oh my god.
Damn.
Oh man. Why does he look like that?
I don't either, bro.
No. Okay. Look. Let me tell y'all about Freddie Falcon.
Yeah, I just saw him.
The picture that I'm looking at him of, that man looks like the most socially awkward mascot of all 32. Like that man has no friends from the looks of it.
What the? Okay,
God,
these mascots are looking kind of terrifying. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Which one?
Freddie Falcon look creepy as shit. Like if he
Yeah,
came
like,
up to
Freddie
me,
Falcon
I'm
looks like-
socking that nigga in the balls.
Bro, honestly, if I saw Freddie Falcon like as a child, I'll probably shit myself.
Really?
Yes,
I did not
it's
like
the
mascots as
eyes.
a kid. Honestly, I already was not a fan of mascots as a little child. They always scared me for whatever reason. So seeing that,
Yeah, dude. Like,
You think-
if you came up to me like Sir Purr looks better. Like I go up to Sir Purr, but T-Rack and Freddie Falcon, they get kicked in the balls. I'm
You
sorry.
think T-Rack and Freddie Falcon are better than TD?
TD, who?
TD.
we also got Flipper.
Who?
Flipper.
Wait, what team is TD on?
TD is the mascot for the Miami Dolphins. You know what? I'm gonna list off top 3 mascots, right?
TD just
I'm sorry. I'm still on the fact that the Lions really called their mascot Rory. Like that. What?
They gotta do it. They gotta do it.
I'm just saying for those listening. For those listening, you have to look up these mascots while we're saying them because this is just too good.
They're wow. They're going wild.
Rory, what
Man.
the fuck is wrong with Rory's hair? Like,
Can we talk about
imagine announcing him on the field, and here comes Rory. Like, come on, bro. That just
My thing is the name. It's just kind of like that did not sound. I'm pretty sure
some
my
some
nephew
kid
does
had
not
to come up with that. Like, y'all are Lions, right? So call him Rory.
Bro, my nephew can come up with that, and he's only one.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
come on now.
Wait, what? So 4 teams don't have an official mascot.
You said who?
4 teams don't have an official mascot.
Well, because they knew they didn't want to fuck up. So they said our name is just gonna be it. That's it.
Okay, so one of the teams makes sense. Why they don't have a mascot.
Well, I
Only
mean,
one
I
is-
guess Commanders, because now they have to find a new way how to make a mascot for that.
Yeah, because before they were the Redskins, and
Yeah.
can you really have a Redskin as a mascot?
I think.
But
Wait, the Packers
other
have a
3 teams-
mascot?
I'm pretty
Who?
sure they do. I don't think so. No,
Who doesn't have a mascot?
Does the
the
Packers?
Packers.
No, they do not.
Okay, I would think so because I don't know how you define a Packer, like you said.
The G-men don't have a mascot either. The G-men.
No.
No, I don't think so.
And last but not least, is a team close to the last 2 teams I just named, and the Jets. They don't have a mascot either. Which
have a nigga
kinda
riding
makes
around in
sense.
a big airplane.
Can we petition to make Megatron the Jets mascot? Think about it. Back in the day, Megatron transformed into a jet. The Jets are, perpetually a bad team, anyways. You might as well. It's 2-2, 4.
Yeah,
They
but
gonna name the mascot.
Megatron's a loser, so that already just solidifies more how bad the Jets are.
They gonna name the
Okay.
mascot Zoom or some shit.
Zoomy
Jets are also
Zoomy
losers
the
now.
Jet. That's his name. Zoomy
Zoomy the Jet. It's just gonna be Zoom. But nah, man. At least at least NBA mascots are better.
Yeah.
Like NBA mascots have never failed. If I remember correct. Actually, no, there's a couple of bad ones. But for the
I
most
don't
part,
want to go on too long for these mascot shit.
I'm just gonna list off a few that like just need consideration into looking into. Not that y'all can look into them. I'm just like for the fans at home. Take a little bit of time to think about these. Okay. Number 1, Bango. Number 2, Stuff the Magic Dragon. That's right, you heard me. Stuff the Magic Dragon. Honestly, Pierre the Pelican.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Oh wow.
What?
Huh. So as you know, there's 2 dragons in the league. One is Stuff the Magic Dragon, who
Mhm.
I can't tell who the team that man plays for. And the other one is Duncan the Dragon.
Okay.
And surprise team alert. Just another question for y'all. Could anyone guess what team Whammer is from?
Nigga, we not gonna know.
Are these NFL teams?
No, he said these are NBA.
Oh,
So you have a better chance of guessing this than the NFL ones. Because it's only 1 in 30, dog. And everyone knows clutch. So it's a 1 in 29.
I know, but I don't even know all the teams in the NBA. So like,
Don't worry about it. This man is from Cleveland.
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes. He apparently a Cavalier is a dog as well. I don't know what it is about Cleveland and their obsessions with dogs. Uh how do I say this in the best way possible? Whammer is a dog. The Brown is a dog, but neither of their teams have a dog as like a name. Petition to remove Cleveland out of the United States just for these atrocious teams.
I mean, what they gonna call themselves? The Cleveland Dogs and the Cleveland
Oh,
Big Dogs.
I don't know, dog. It's just you see Cavalier, and do you really think dog? Man, how do we get here?
It's talking about football teams.
No, the Washington Commanders was how we got here, and then all of a sudden we started talking about NFL mascots.
That's true.
Hmm.
All I know is Commanders are taking division, and the NFC South is going to be a division that no one's going to watch.
Oh, okay. I disagree with that, but at this point, I'm getting too tired to disagree. So.
Oh wow, you're going to watch the Taysom Hill led Saints, the Matt Ryan led
I mean, Jameis might
Falcons.
come back. You never know.
Who?
Jameis?
30 for 30. My bad. No. You're going to watch the Sam Darnold led Panthers.
Yeah.
Or
That's only
the
because
Tom
Cam's
Brady
not doing anything.
or the Tom Brady-less Buccaneers, huh? It's basically the same team from 2014,
Yeah,
2015.
but Heineke's been choking, so
Heineke's not been up to par, bro.
exactly. Plus,
he
your
has not.
biggest defensive player right now is injured, so
That is only for now. It's off season.
plus who else do y'all have really?
Harry Terry.
Oh yeah, but I
Scary
mean,
Terry.
I don't know, like he did much this season.
Adam Humphries is on the team, even though he was basically just a role model.
Don't y'all still have Curtis Samuel?
Yeah, Curtis Samuel.
Antonio Gibson.
Cam Curl is on the team.
Antonio. AG.
Antonio Gibson. And regrettably, the team still has Landon Collins. Landon Collins on the 0.00001% that you find this podcast. Retire. Leave the league. Your dog water. Your toast. I feel as though every time I see Landon Collins, I have a craving for breakfast. Because that man is toast. Like, he's bad. Dog. Like, Landon Collins, if you ever find this, just know, please retire. Quit the league. Go be with your family, dog. There's got to be something else more to life than just getting cooked by every receiver in the league. And not just like regular receivers. We're talking third stringers, dog. Landon Collins doesn't match up against the best receiver. He matches up against the third receiver, the one that's left over. So do everyone a favor. Leave. Just leave, man. It's not that hard.
Charles, are you done with your mascot and trash talking rant?
Almost. I just thought about somebody else.
Nick.
This one's gonna be quick because I don't watch this team. So 2 seconds. Not my bad. I lied. 10 seconds, real quick. Daniel Sorensen, you suck. All right, I'm done here.
All she has to say
I thought you
is
said that man be getting help now.
Who?
Daniel Sorensen.
Dirty Dan, trash.
Anyway, thank you for listening to another episode of This Is Bullshit. Hope you enjoyed, the topics we talked about today. If we have any other topics you want us to talk about, if you personally know any one of us, please let us know and we'll think about it into consideration and hopefully speak about it into future episodes. But yeah, subscribe, click that notification bell, watch when we post and stuff like that.
Hit
And
that like button as well. That like button do be there. Hit that. If you don't know us personally and you
Leave a
have a
comment.
topic, put it in the comments. Brush your teeth, wash your face. Don't forget to floss. What else is there? Oh, don't toss the fruit salad. Anyways, yeah, y'all have a nice day, evening, nighttime, morning, whenever you're watching this. Just have a nice one, man, and share it with like a few friends. Get the community growing. That's all I gotta say.
see y'all in the next one.